In this video, we are going to discuss about pair of linear equation in two variable. Basically, what is a linear equations? You have studied in your previous classes, right? Linear equation have a variable and a constant. See, this is a linear equation. Ax plus by plus c equals to 0. This is your linear equation. Now this is a linear equation because a straight line is formed using this equation. It is ax plus by plus c equals to 0. We have studied how this equation are plotted on a graph, right? Now we'll move forward and see what is a pair of linear equation in two variables. These two linear equations are in the same two variable x and y. Equations like these are the pair of linear equations in two variables. For example, if you have 6x plus 2y equals to 0 and then you have 7x plus 3y is equal to 5. Right? These two are the linear equation. And these are the pair of linear equation because the variables are same. Here it is x, here it is x, here it is y, here it is y. But if you have 7z plus 3x equals to 5, then these are not the pair of equations, right? Because z here is a different variable. So the variables must be same to make a linear equation pair, right? There are two formats to show any linear equation. The first one is this algebraical form and the second is the graphical form. How you can represent this in the graphical form? And here we are having a general form of pair of linear equation, which is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0, in which these are the real numbers, they can't be equal to 0. Now let us move forward and see methods of solving a pair of linear equations. There are two methods to solve any type of linear equation. The first is the graphical method and the another one is the algebraical method. In graphical method, there are three things, that is consistent, dependent, inconsistent and inconsistent. And in graphical we have three methods. First is substitution, elimination and cross multiplication. This is just an overview of solving any of the linear equations. This is just an overview to make you understand the two methods and what are their different parts. Now we'll move forward and understand the graphical method first and then we'll understand the algebraic method. In solving the graphical method, there are three possibilities, right? The very first possibility is getting an intersecting lines, right? If you draw and you get an intersecting lines, that is the first possibility, right? The first possibility is to get the intersecting lines. The second is you will get an parallel line, and the third you will get a coincide lines, right? If you plot a graph, this is your graph, this is your x-axis and here you have your y-axis, and you will solve the linear equation. There are three possibilities. The very first is you will get an intersecting line, right? The second you can get is the parallel line, right? After solving the linear equation you get two parallel lines, and the last is the coincide line, right? Lines which are overlapping. So linear equation can be consistent and inconsistent. The consistent is the one in which you have intersecting lines and the coincident line. These are the consistent ones. And the last is the parallel lines, that is inconsistent. You will not get any solution common. In this all the solutions are common, right? So there will be infinite number of solutions and there is only one unique solution for intersecting lines. And the last is the parallel lines in which you have no solution. So for the intersecting lines there is a condition. When it is fulfilled, then you will get a unique solution. And if a1 upon b1 a2 and b1 upon b2 is equals to c1 upon c2, if this condition exists, then you can say you will get infinite number of solutions. By checking these conditions, you can directly say whether the linear equation is consistent or inconsistent. And you can also check, you will get a unique solution, infinite solution, or no solution. So this is the first method, that is the graphical method, in which you will get the three possibilities, and these are the conditions through which you can check whether your linear equation is consistent or inconsistent. Plotting a linear equation, how you have to plot it on graph, is discussed with you in your previous classes. You can go through those videos if you are having problem in plotting a graph. Now we'll move forward and see the graphical method. Now there are three algebraic methods. The first is the substitution method, the second is the elimination method, and the third is the cross multiplication. What are these methods? These methods are basically used to calculate or to get a solution for any pair of linear equation. Sometimes you don't need to plot everything on graph. You need only algebraic methods to solve a given equations. Now let's take an example, right? We'll take a common example and we'll solve the equation with all these three methods. Let's take an example. Let the first equation be x plus y is equal to 3, and the second equation be x plus 2y is equal to 4. This is your first linear equation, this is your second linear equation. It is a pair of linear equation because it has both variable x and y in the equation. Now for the first, that is the substitution method. See, for substitution method, we'll substitute any of the variable, right? We'll take the value of any variable from the equation, from any of these two equations, and plot it into the another equation, right? So I'm taking the value of x from first equation, right? It will be 3 minus y, right? This is my first. Now I will plot this in second. I will substitute the value of x in this second equation, right? I will substitute in second, right? What I'll get, 3 minus y plus 2y is equal to 4, right? Now you will get the value of y, right? You will take it here and you will get the value as 1, right? Now if the value of y is 1, I will substitute the value of y in first, right? What you will get, x is 3 minus 1, that is 2. So this is your value of x, right? This is your substitution method. You will substitute the value of one variable and you will substitute it into the other equation. You will take the value from one equation and then you will substitute it into the other equation. This was your first method. Now next we will see the elimination method, right? So what is elimination method? In elimination method, we just eliminate any one variable to get the value of another variable. I am taking the same example here also, right? Which I will solve the equation with all three methods. So our question was, the first equation was x plus y is 3, and my second equation was x plus 2y is 4, right? In this elimination method, you have to eliminate any one variable. Right? How you can eliminate any one variable is by subtraction, by subtracting the two equations, right? You have to eliminate any one value. If you have to eliminate x, see, both are x, so you don't have to multiply it with any of the number. So what I'll do is, in elimination, I will write it as x plus y is equal to 3, right? I will subtract second from first. This is my first. I will subtracting second from first. It will be minus 2y is equal to 4, right? I'll change the sign. This will just cancel out, it's positive, and here it will be negative, right? So you will get minus y is equals to minus 1. This minus will cancel out, right? So you will get your y as 1, right? And if you have to calculate the value of x, you have to eliminate what? Y. For eliminating y, what you will do, I will multiply first with 2, right? And then second step would be subtract second from first, right? First I'll multiply it with 2. You'll get the answer as 2x plus 2y is equals to 6. This is your first, right? This is your new equation basically from the, and now you will subtract this from the x plus 2y is equal to 4. Now you will subtract these two, right? You will get it as x. This will cancel out and you will get the answer as 2. So you get the answer as x equals to 2 and y is equals to 1. This is your answer. It is similar to the first one. This is the another way of solving any linear equation. Now we'll see the cross multiplication. What is the cross multiplication process, right? How you will can solve any equation using this cross multiplication, right? So here I am taking the equation. It is x plus y is equal to 3, and the second is x plus 2y is equal to 4. Now you know the basic form of any equation is a1x plus b1y plus c is equal to 0, right? There should be a 0 here, but in these equations we are having some constant, so these are your c. So I will change it into the standard form. So I can write it as x plus y minus 3, okay, equals to 0, and this can be written as x plus 2y minus 4 is equals to 0. So the very first step is to change it into the standard form. Now next what I am going to do is I will write the coefficients and then I will do the cross multiplication, right? For x, okay, for x what I am going to do is I will write the coefficients, right? I am solving for x, so I will write it as the coefficients of a here, b here and c here. So the coefficients are 1, 1, here it is 1, 2, here it is minus 3 and here it is minus 4. Now for x what I am going to do is I will do the cross multiplication. So first I will ignore the coefficients of x. Okay, so my coefficients of x are a, so I'll ignore this part. I'll do the cross multiplication here. Okay, so it would be my b1 is multiplied with the c2 minus my b2 will be multiplied with the c1, right? And in division, what I'm going to do is I will do the cross multiplication among the coefficients of x and y. So this is my cross multiplication. So it would be a1 b2 minus a2 b1, right? So what I get is b1 into c2, you'll get it as minus 4, right? And in minus, again it's a minus 6, right? It would be a minus 6. And here what I'm getting it as 2 minus 1. So this will become positive and here it is negative. So it is minus 4 plus 6 divided with 2. And you will get the answer as 2. Right? This is your solution for x, right? So this was your solution for x. Now I am taking the solution for y, right? For y, I am doing it. Okay. For y also, you will write the coefficients. It would be again 1, 1, 1, 2, minus 3 and minus 4. For y, you will again ignore the coefficients of y first and you will do the cross multiplication among these two, right? So this is my first cross multiplication for the numerator. For y, what I will write it as a1 c2 you will do the cross multiplication like this, right? It would be c1 actually. You will do the multiplication like this. Okay, you will just do the cross multiplication, right? So in cross multiplication, what you do, it is written as a1 and it is c2, right? Here you can write it as minus, what you can write here, a1 c2 minus a2 c1, and in division again there will be the coefficients of x and y. You will do the cross multiplication like this, right? So it would be a1 b2 minus a2 b1. The denominator is same for both x and y. You will get it as minus 3 minus minus 4, right? And here in the denominator you will get 2 minus 1, and now you will get it as minus 3 plus 4, and here it is 1. So you get the answer as 1. So your x is 2 and your y is 1. So this was your cross multiplication method. For cross multiplication, the first thing you have to keep in mind is for calculating x, you will have to ignore the coefficients of x, and for calculating y, you have to ignore the coefficients of y for the numerator. And the denominator is same for both x and y. This completes your whole pair of linear equation. Thank you for watching.